most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay?
But like most of the people who are buying
Ladies and
assets
gentlemen.
at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
Ladies and gentlemen.
People that use
Wow.
fiat
The headlines.
currency
Oh,
as
man.
a store of value.
Here we go again.
We call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them.
Yo, mutatio. Coinbase. People are saying go meme coins. What are we gonna do?
Okay.
Welcome to another edition of XFeed. My name is The Schiller. We have an unbelievable stream today because we have an unbelievable story. SEC wagering campaign to classify Ethereum as a security. Bum, 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 bum. Trader Pops, good morning. They could not defeat XRP. True. SEC should actually focus on going after bad actors instead of burning money and resources going after legitimate teams. Also true. Ethereum Foundation under investigation by state authority. So this came out like just a few hours ago. Let's see what the article has to say. Ethereum Foundation faces inquiry from a government. Fortune says SEC investigating ETH. After the publication of this article, Fortune reported the SEC seeks to classify ETH as a security. Is this a FUD campaign? Is this legit? Who paid for the Trader Pops? Did you pay for this article? Let's read it and digress. The Ethereum Foundation, the Swiss nonprofit organization at the heart of the Ethereum ecosystem, is facing questions from an unnamed state authority. So it's unnamed, according to the group's website GitHub repository. The confidential inquiry comes during a time of change for Ethereum's technology and at a possible inflection point for its native asset ETH, which many American investment companies are seeking to offer as an exchange-traded fund. The Securities and Exchange Commission has slow-walked their efforts despite recently approving a series of Bitcoin ETFs. So these are all the headlines right now. You need to get into the Bitcoin ETFs, and is there anything that could affect the steam of the Bitcoin ETFs? Well, everybody always talks about how a token can underperform, overperform, depending. And if ETH gets an ETF and sees the same acceleration that the Bitcoin ETFs did, well, you know where the attention's going to go. So is this coordinated by the Bitcoin ETF holders? Who is this unnamed state authority? After the publication of this article, Fortune reported the SEC is seeking to classify ETH as a security, a move that would have major implications for Ethereum and ETH ETF and crypto as a whole. The financial sector has sent investigative subpoenas to U.S. companies in the past several weeks, according to Fortune's reporting. The scope of the investigation and its focus was unknown at press time. We have received a voluntary inquiry from a state authority that included a requirement for confidentiality. Well, how'd it get out there then? The Ethereum Foundation did not return a request for comment. Previously, the Ethereum Foundation's website contained the following disclosure. The Ethereum Foundation, Stiftung Ethereum has never been contacted by any agency anywhere in the world in a way which requires that contact to be or not to be disclosed. Stifton, Ethereum will publicly disclose any sort of inquiry from government agencies that falls outside the scope of regular business operations. That footer was removed in the February. A warrant carries usually some of the text and visual warnings. If a government agency does request information, the Ethereum warrant carry. All right, so listen. What the hell's going on? An attorney familiar with the situation said Swiss regulator may have served a document request to the Ethereum Foundation and may be working with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. I also think it's fair to say that Ethereum Foundation is not the only entity that they are seeking information from. The attorney told CoinDesk, saying other overseas entities are receiving scrutiny. So this is, I mean, the SEC is evaluating multiple applications for an Ether ETF, but analysts following the process are becoming less optimistic that any such applications will be approved by the federal regulator, citing a lack of engagement between applicants and SEC. All right. We got some other things written up here. If anything more comes out of this, but I don't know. Does that seem like it's Jover? I don't know. Not necessarily. If you haven't seen, everybody's switching to base. xCopy has dropped an open edition. I think that it ends about now. This was at like 12:55, so it might have just ended. It's called Mutatio, and it costs 0.00069 ETH, or $2.30. It's live for the next 23.5 hours or so. If you don't know who xCopy is, very, very big artist in the digital landscape. He tweeted this out and shows kind of the bug flying there, and of course, the notable X on the eye for xCopy. This is something I've seen on my timeline. We're going to keep with the Mutatio thing throughout on the theme here. But this is odd. So I guess Jupiter got involved with Slurf in some kind of way. This is why tokens can never represent anything more than a meme. Even when you think you have one with utility like JUP, decisions are made on your behalf by the owner of the protocol for what he thinks is best for Solana. No DAO, because DAOs are fake. Listen, all the DAO fun. Not wrong. But our decision to help out with the Sloth participants with 100K of Slurf from LODCA fees was understandably divisive, with several people pointing out that this would encourage the exact behaviors that we should be trying to eradicate. All right, well, listen, crypto 101. Are we all just going to rotate to base meme coins right now? Remember, this is right after the xCopy open mint did happen. Big news in the crypto verse. We have teamed up with NASCAR for a multi-year partnership. So this, some guy, I quote tweeted it yesterday, and some guy that was a NASCAR fan says, we don't want this. And his whole page was just about hoping that the Cryptoids company shuts down, it goes to zero. And I'm like, man, what is the internet? This is crazy. But that's kind of cool. We did see Shara Senderoff, co-founder of Futureverse, also quote tweet giving congrats to the founder. I did interview him I guess 2 years now. If you want to go check out that, just type in Cryptoid Schillerverse and it should pop up. But NASCAR, is this something to do with the AI brains? Everybody keeps having that rumor, if that's actually true or not. I don't know, but Cryptoids, you're supposed to have a platform of their own. They seem to have some massive IPs and would fit the bill if that is the case. Kind of funny here. My first Twitch stream, I really vibe with my dude Schiller, such a dope dude, dope host, yada, 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 yada. Now, this was not from the other day that you might recognize. This was actually from like 2022. So we had the Matthew A on. I don't know. I guess I didn't save that session. I uploaded some of the other ones here, but I didn't do his, and I don't know why. Bro, that was amazing. On my TikTok, we do have some clips of that stream that are pinned. It's got like 15,000 views. It's crazy. But Sprites Game, we had them on. I have no idea if they're even doing anything. Dojo Warriors, I thought there was a kerfuffle with the team. They might be doing something. Lucky Zeros is supposed to be the studio and everything. It seems that that's super slow. Pirates of the Metaverse, we hadn't heard anything for a while, and then they came back. Starcatchers, the artist, big thing. Georgie's now doing the BTC mint. Nifted, I think, is still going, and the Meta Hero is now the Inhabitants. Or did it switch back to Meta Hero? But Pixelvault's still going. But the point of me bringing this up is this is to, like, 2022, right? We look back to last week where we had all those guests on, and you can see and look up and see which ones have been able to actually follow through and create the things and which ones haven't. So when I always scream about perspective and seeing different things in your timeline, it's because, hey, we've experienced this, sounds great in the moment. Does it always work? No, it doesn't. But Yuga Labs here acquiring Proof, and I guess they're starting some Proof live events. We are excited to share details of the first Proof event since joining the Yuga family, taking place February 26th in LA. Great way for all Yuga holders to get connected. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. If you are a part of that and want to join along, there you go. Breaking: BlackRock launches tokenized asset fund on Ethereum with 100 million USDC deposit. Follow where the stable coins go. I forget where I heard that one before, but jeez, 100 mil USDC. Imagine they put that in one of the NFT collections. Oh my goodness. Never going to happen, but can you imagine? Over $500,000, says CyberKong's, worth of new loot has landed in Play and Collect. Here's what you need to know. Unlock rare treasures with a brand new type of loot, mystery boxes. These are 4 tiers of mystery boxes with the total prize pool exceeding $500,000. Now, have you noticed that all these games are starting to highlight a dollar valuation to almost everything? It didn't feel that this was a common occurrence previously. Correct me if you think I'm wrong, but people, I don't know if it's like the regulatory clarity or just knowing, hey, we need to talk about the monetary aspect more than we are. But I've noticed that, and it's intriguing. Mystery boxes can be found on adventure runs. The higher tier run you go on, the more the mystery box you can win, what is inside. And I'm pretty sure to participate within these, you need some of the NFTs within the CyberKong ecosystem. And you can open a mystery box for a chance to win the Ronin token, Banana token, AXS, Axes, various ones, and Loop Capsule. So this is cool. Again, we're getting activations for these collections. This is fantastic. Justin, Coinbase CEO, says the custodian for 90% of U.S. spot Bitcoin ETF assets.
You're talking so much about other use cases for crypto outside of even just being a store of value here, as many people see it as they're entering this asset class, some for the first time with the advent of these spot Bitcoin ETFs. It begs the question, how do you see the future of Coinbase? There are a lot of questions about the future of crypto exchanges in the world where Bitcoin ETFs have gotten so much share. Do you see Coinbase going far and above beyond being simply a crypto exchange?
Yeah, so with the the ETFs that got approved, we've seen a huge influx of capital into the system. About $12 billion of inflow have happened. And when that happens, sometimes people ask us, well, what does that mean for Coinbase? Well, it's actually incredibly positive for Coinbase. We're the custodian for about 90% of the assets in those Bitcoin ETFs. And so we have monetization opportunities there as a custodian, but it didn't cannibalize any of the opportunity in our direct products too, our retail app, our institutional product. We actually saw increased inflows there while we saw $12 billion of inflow into the ETFs. So the ETFs were incredibly positive for the industry. They were a regulatory approval. They unlocked new pools of capital. And Coinbase is going to be not just a place where you store crypto, it's a place where you can actually trade crypto. You can use it increasingly in many different applications all over the world. And it's not just Bitcoin either. We support over 100 different crypto assets. So we want Coinbase to be the most trusted and easiest to use place to store crypto, to trade it, and to actually use it. And we can actually become people's primary financial account in some cases in this new crypto economy.
Kind of like a crypto bank?
Yeah, one might say that. I don't think we're ever going to go get actually a bank license.
A crypto bank! But that's nuts. We had the comments the other day. How much was Coinbase actually holding of these ETFs? And holy smokes, a lot. NASCAR here also highlighting their partnership, which is cool. Because you see some partnerships where the NFT or Web3 side shares it, but NASCAR also getting into it. Did y'all not find out 3 years ago that NFTs are scams? Man, we don't want this. Look at the difference between the believers and the non-believers. Mr. Bacon, 23. Oh, brother. Yo, thank you so much for the 29 months. I hope you are well. Are you into anything interesting within the space. What about these mutations? Were you a part of it? Bro has made 150K from a $2.30 draw. Power of renown. xCopy. Damn. Gonna keep getting updates throughout this entire thing. But at that point, this was at 3:46 p.m. yesterday. So just after it dropped. Blatant, disgustingly good alpha. Okay. This dip plus meme coins have taken all eyes off gaming crypto. Well, we just talked about gaming crypto with the Cyberkongs. A truckload of the highest quality games and game infra coins we've ever seen are launching over the next 2 months. I feel like a lot of other ones have already launched, so this is interesting that he's thinking the best is still yet to come. Lack of attention and hesitancy to invest while BTC is shaking will leave them open at the easiest instant 5 to 10x prices we've seen in a while the second the market snaps back. This is where all the money's made. Leave a key. Gated! PJ13! What the hell? But speaking of ones that are launching, have launched, being a part of this, Hytopia, we've covered it a little bit here. Again, a big pivot from what they did originally, and they're still getting a lot of traction. If they are able to be like a Web3 variation of Minecraft, and people will try to move to that narrative and enjoy that. We don't really know how the gaming landscape is going to come, but we did get an update on Riot's MMO that was supposed to be this big launch. Kind of crazy, maybe really bullish for blockchain. Stay tuned for that. The NBA is adding live betting to NBA League Pass. Are you a bettor? Because I would bet that you'll like this video right now if you're chilling. Oh, yeah. Viewers will be able to see betting lines on the screen in real time, select the bet they want to place, and then taken directly to FanDuel or DraftKings to place it. It feels like every league will do this in the future. Okay, this is... oh man. So we got the meme coins going. Now we got sports gambling going through the roof. You got some people that might have a little bit of extra cash on the side and they want to participate. This is something that I see across my esports that I watch. All of the streamers are getting gambling partnerships. It just seems like a thing that's going to be a part of everything. And damn. Is it ever happening fast? These are all the prisms. What is a prism? It's the only prisms for the entire first cycle. I've been yapping about Surrealscape's Futureverse and all this kind of stuff, and we have one of the biggest mints coming up, and you're not fully prepared. What the hell? But if you got a cool cat, holders with the top 2,500 cool scores will be airdropped Surrealscapes. The airdrop is broken down into 4 tiers, with higher cool score tiers getting larger Surrealscapes. So is this something where if you've been active in certain NFT communities that are part of this mint, you are going to be able to mint, as it says again, the top 2,500 scores. But what the hell is Surrealscapes and what am I talking about? Well, I made a video about this, so here you go. If you haven't seen, here's the info you need to know about Surrealscapes. Have no fear, because Schiller is here. What's up? Let's go over what the Third Kingdom Mint is. Expecting to be quite an eye-catcher, but you might be here early before it really makes its round. And why is it making its round? Because there is 312,500,000 root in total waiting to be unlocked in just the first season of this, the Third Kingdom. Currently, this is like a $30 million prize pot that might be as quick as a month. It could be a couple. It could be an entire year. Not entirely sure. But so Surrealscapes, what are these? These are going to be your land, and to be able to harvest from the land, you are going to need to mint prisms, and that is what the upcoming mint is going to be for. We're kind of speculating on the price right now. We're not entirely sure. But these prisms are going to be like land harvesting devices where you're going to develop your land, and it says that you'll manage valuable resources like mycelium. So that's one of the potential resources, but it sounds like there's going to be more. You can refine them and discover new islands and create a production empire, says the description. But really, what the heck does this all mean? On the Surrealscapes, they have different parcels that are a part of them. It can be in 1, 4, 9, or 16. And you can plant up to 3 prisms on each of the land parcels, and that's where things get interesting. So you're telling me if I have 16 land parcels, it's going to be 16 times 3. So I'm going to need 48 prisms if that's the case. Now, before we get more into prisms, realize that you are able to get a free plot of land if you were a part of the snapshot that happened earlier. And those collections being Fluff World Burrows, Fluff World Scenes and Sounds Mystic Valley, same scenes and sounds of Dancing in the Shroomlight, Walker World Genesis Walkers, Walker World Women, Walker World The Lost Walkers, Walker World Squads, Walker World Mutants, and Cool Cats, Doodles, Deadfellas, and Pudgy Penguins collections will be added to the list of collections eligible for Surrealscape soon. And these collections are going to be tradable on Mark, which right now is the only NFT marketplace for Root. And apparently for Burrows holders, it did take into account what scenes you had in your wallet. And so your Surrealscapes might be different depending on what sort of scenes were in your wallet, if any. And the Burrows metaspaces apparently are this premium customizable environment that's going to be used for Readyverse. Now it reads, Prisms will be available exclusively through an upcoming price discovery event open to all, featuring a novel protocol developed by Auto Blockchain and powered by the Root Network. Participants will be invited to purchase premium prisms with Root in the sale. More details of the sale will be released soon. And I do have a video with the Auto Blockchain founder if you're wanting to scroll back in the channel to see more about that. But what exactly is this novel mechanic? Excited to see them show it off. Then it reads, each prism purchased in the sale will be premium, boasting superior trait advantages in the Third Kingdom game. So these prisms, which was confirmed by founder Aaron McDonald, that the premium and this entire first cluster of 135,000 is just going to be for this season 1. With fewer premium prisms in existence that can be placed on land slots in the Surrealscape, so this is insinuating that there's going to be several more seasons to come after that, and these initial first ones are quote-unquote the Genesis, as you look in your various NFT collections and think what's the first of a collection and why you think that it's, paying more attention to. These Genesis Surrealscapes could be interesting. Prisms feature a prefix and suffix trait mapping each to an in-game biome and industry. Planting these against your land parcels will begin a unique and strategic harvesting experience shaped by the number of prisms you are using, the traits they possess, and their synergy between the land and resources contained within. So we could see a lot of trading, swapping, and people trying to get into the best synergy amongst their land. While Surrealscape holders enjoy a significant advantage and greater rewards in the Third Kingdom game, those without will be able to participate by planting prisms on community land. Community land in the Third Kingdom game is a shared space through which eager harvesters without a Surrealscape in their wallet can participate in gameplay for a chance of Root rewards, secure prisms to unlock access to the experience. Now, this kind of reads that community land is its own thing. Just because of the name, it says community land. I feel like the community will probably be involved with it, but just how it reads, I don't know if that's like the specific name for it, where it's, hey, everybody that's in the Third Kingdom community, you can use this, or if it's kind of a feedback system, but probably more to come. These Surrealscapes are going to increase your future score, which I have several videos on future score, but the TLDR is that it's just if you buy assets, you can get a higher future score that increases over time. Now, we're still waiting for more info, but the thing that you need to do right now is create a future pass. If you have an EVM wallet, then you should be good to go. There is alternatives for signing up through email, but I'm pretty sure you need to have a wallet to be able to access.
All right, so if you're wanting to see more, just check out the page. They'll read some videos if you're wanting to rewatch that and get the goods. Dizzy Degen crates are coming to Super Trip Lab on base. Zero gas to open, instant transfers, based as F. We highlighted this forever ago, if you remember. It was like a team of 2 devs, and they had like a little experience that was cool. Now we have these specific assets they're showing. Like, imagine you get these things and you're able to show it off in Fortnite, and then you were like, yeah, I was a part of Super Trip. Is that the way the future's going? I don't know. Gaming is the fastest growing sector in crypto. Ronin is the fastest growing blockchain in the world. I think massively thanks to Binance, that listing. These are facts. Wake up. Top layer 1 blockchains with highest user growth. How do we describe this in a way that makes sense? If you followed me back with NBA Top Shot and you were kind of a part of the stream before we had like hundreds of people
instantaneously whenever we started the stream, and it was crazy. Before that, it was like 5-10 of us just kind of chilling, looking at the market, you know? That was it. And then boom, overnight. Everybody was on the website trading. Everybody was hanging out in the community like 500x. But, you know, personally, a little group of people that we had, but then also for Top Shot itself. And don't think that that won't happen again, because it absolutely will. Guerrero, wag me. But this is huge, right? Solana up 528%. Ethereum only up 33%. Comparatively, not as insane. Polkadot up 32%. But it's true. The amount of attention that things are going to get, it's got a chance of going parabolic. Listen, I'm starting to get more in down with this like AI coin narrative, because they just said, well, here's an example. Imagine go to a bar. You don't even need to wait for somebody to pay attention. You just hit something and the AI just does it. That's crazy. We already use those own self-checkouts. Holy moly. So a lot of congestion got you down, say, is the solution. You can either rotate somewhere now and be late like you have been everywhere else. You want 20x gains, you must take risks. So is everybody switching off Solana after we kind of had, was that the peak of meme coins? Do we say that? Do we say that we go in these cycles and now it's moved elsewhere? Does it come roaring back? What's the sitch? And look at this. GTA in Toronto. Imagine you're just sitting at the stoplight and that comes rolling by you. What is happening to Toronto? Entire timeline is shilling base. The one we just said before was say, but agreed. A lot of people shilling base. I wonder what insider shit just went down. Yo, it's always the insiders. It's always. Imagine thinking the top is in. LOL. Larry is just getting his wallets loaded. What is this in response to? Oh, BlackRock doing that 100 million USDC deposit on Ethereum. Imagine thinking this is the top. Another line here from G-Host, again, founder of Axie, Ronan, Guy Mavis, all the good stuff. Esports is popular because of gambling. Why are none of the Web3 esports platforms trying to solve for this? Well, we just did see gambling being implemented earlier. For traditional sports, what's going on with esports? What the hell? We are unable and unwilling to tackle that market, but someone should specialize into it. It's annoying as F that I have to tweet this. Okay, Rect Interactive, one of the investments Futureverse made through their Outliers Basecamp accelerator is Rect Interactive, and they responded, quote, tweeted just that. There are a bunch of projects trying to solve it, and Rect is one of them. The problem is that nobody recognizes and nobody pay enough attention to such projects. We are glad that the Futureverse team recognized the potential of such solutions, but honestly, we have been pitching this idea and showing a whole working platform the whole of 2023. We got rejected every time. But now things are going to change. Oh, spicy meatball, eh? Yo, Crypto 8, what's going on? I connected them. Omnis. Hell yeah. This is what adoption looks like. Yo, G-Ho's coming in with some sweet alpha, at least for the show. Always good stuff. But this is true, right? Like, look, we got parents, kids hanging out, they're gaming. Is this the new social norm? I know, listen, some people will have a fit seeing this. But hey, everybody's hanging out, having a good time, gaming together. Not bad, not bad. Parallel does have a booth set up at GDC. Looks nice again. Still think these in-person events cost these people a fortune. So hopefully it works out. Now, we had Yo Jeremy on the stream the other day, and I wanted to highlight what he had to say about this Wayfinder thing, because I asked him about them having 2 tokens within their ecosystem, and, you know, we've had some people say, oh, that's cool, that's dumb, like, have it just in one. But let's see what he says regarding this, and then see some other interesting tidbits about Parallel I saw on my timeline today. But what do you think about their 2 token mantra here? Do you think that that's fine, it's good extra incentive, or I wish it was just the 1 prime token?
I get it because it's almost as a way to kind of white label things, especially with the new prompt token, because Wayfinder was another thing that was announced within the white papers. Wayfinder is kind of the framework of the entire ways that AI agents can communicate with the blockchain, right? So if your question was about like all the different tokens. So let me just explain to you a little bit about Wayfinder. It's like Wayfinder is again, it's a tool and a framework that helps AI characters do things on the blockchain.
But what do you think
Okay,
about
okay. So we have this Wayfinder thing that's supposed to help AI agents. Okay, so we have a little bit of context. Let's clear some things up. AI Wayfinder is an independent entity developing the Wayfinder protocol, an omni-chain AI tool aiming to substantially improve efficiency and UX of navigation interaction across the blockchain space. At Parallel Colony will utilize this protocol. So this is interesting because Wayfinder kind of sounded like its own thing. Now, I don't know if prompt is like the token for Wayfinder. Need to go back, re-listen to the interview, and like dig in a little bit. But when people are developing the technologies behind things in these big games that have an audience, that have a need for it, that have the games, it's interesting. Where do the foundational plays lie? But if you're wanting to follow Wayfinder, it's at AI Wayfinder. Less than 5,000 follows too. Kind of crazy. Earning $50 plus so far today playing a game I love. All earnings will be rolled into AI Wayfinder once that happens. So another post, I guess, of earning from playing Parallel. As I mentioned yesterday, people are able to play card games for money, just like they do in person. If anybody played Magic the Gathering, there was tournaments that you could enter for like $25-50. If you won rare stuff, potentially money. People did that in person. It's now just becoming digital, and it's opening up to a much bigger player base where the rewards, again, can just be made as they are in the physical world. Let's GOG Immutable fam. Guild of Guardians tweeting yesterday that they're cooking the altar of sacrifice. What is going on with Guild of Guardians? Are we going to see a big burn of their origin NFTs? Similar to Top Shot? Do we see a reduction in supply big time or no? Not going to lie, this is depressing. What? My favorite corner of crypto just nonstop bleeding. Some recent grail squiggles going for such low prices. Talking about a bold, a Rizbed, fuzzy, different kind of squiggles, and the floor price for them. Again, these, I don't know. Do you call it like a preservation of capital? Is that like, because I'm trying to think before, like, sure, we like the art, but then once the crypto market slows down and people then rotate into what we call grails and stuff that are going to hold their value, no, we have this like recurring circle. The Solana shitcoin season was fun, but I'm skipping on base and going back to Say. So another person that's saying, I don't want to do base, I want to do Say. I don't know how y'all are able to keep up with everything. Now, think of the other chains that are about to come out here. We got Root that I think is going to be a superpower, a high chain starting to kick up. How many of the other ones that Alex Becker said are going to launch in the next 2 months? It's going to be a lot of competition. FVCK Render getting an Opepin. Kind of interesting here. Looks neat. If you don't know who he is, he's actually Canadian, but getting a cool little collab with Opepin. If you know that, they kind of have this NFT that's done in a whole bunch of different artist styles where you can burn the open one for that. G-Hose again here. An Axie Genesis land plot just sold for 59 ETH or almost $200,000 American. Oh my goodness. Does historical things matter? Are these Genesis plots going to be sufficient? Is Metaverse land back? Because if Metaverse land is back, Genesis plot just went for 200K in this. Think of all the other collections out there that are working to do something. Are all of them going to succeed? No. But the ones that do, I think we're going to see higher than 200K. CoinDesk report indicates Polygon Labs paid Starbucks $4 million for Starbucks Odyssey to live on Polygon. And what it says within here, the blockchain developer gave the coffee giant a $4 million grant as part of their 2022 deal to build an NFT-powered loyalty program is now being shuttered. So is this something where they were like, here's a $4 million grant, just try it? Because for a grant, you don't need to pay it back or anything, right? Like, try it, come up with a couple staff members, roll this out as easy as possible, as slim as possible. Do you think they did what they did with $4 million? Is that enough? That seems weird that it just kind of shut down like that. These low price open editions start to look similar to meme coin pre-sales. Hope Mutatio mutates into a token. Okay, so now we start the speculation on an NFT that's $2.90. What if this is like a meme coin and they turn it into a token or an allocation of some sort? Fair. Imagine selling almost $500,000 worth of art in less than 24 hours with still 8 hours to go without a gallery, an auction house, or even curated NFT platform. This is the real promise of blockchain art. Every artist, especially traditional arts out there still hating on NFTs, can keep copying while giving 40 to 50% to a gallery when/if they sell their art. I've never really gone into an art gallery, like maybe once, maybe twice, but it wasn't on my own volition. You know what I mean? And I see all this art stuff all over NFTs. I kind of like it, right? Like I didn't never went to a museum or a gallery and looked at something and was like, oh yeah, like I want to spend X amount of money on that. Like, I don't know. I agree. I don't know. I don't get where the hate's coming from. It's kind of like the slow burn. The people are just going to be like, okay, we like it. xCopy is king. This VFriends just sold for 55 ETH. 176,000. So, question for you guys. Would you rather have had the Genesis Axie plot of land or this VFriend? Now, if you don't know, remember again, the VFriend cat is supposed to be one of the big important ones. But do you want Metaverse land or what Gary Vaynerchuk is cooking? Another kind of funny note. I had this thread of this guy that was just lacing into Gary V, and I was like, no, I don't want to be a dick today. But it was a hell of a video. Maybe we'll bring it up at some other point later on. So the Opepin set that we just talked about, we saw 29 unrevealed Opepin sweep for 32,000. These things have been up, down, all around. Different artists collaborating for the burn. Still getting sweeps. NFTs getting a little bit of getting a little bit of attention, but not much. The owner of this Pixels online farm land could earn $900 per month from advertisements on this billboard based on real data and real advertiser demand. That's over $10,000 annual yield on their NFT at zero cost to the game devs. Now, I've not played this game, and Friday it looks like we're setting up another mega stream. We got a couple of guests lined up. I don't know if we're going to do it as lengthy, but one of them being into Ronin and I believe Pixels. So we'll try to find out more, but this was the same notion that we had back in the day for Zedrun, for any sort of metaverse play. For Zedrun, we thought, okay, we're going to be able to own the arenas around our stables or within these races, and we can put advertisements up if we pay enough for that, and then we're going to get this, payment over time type thing for yield. And none of it came to fruition, but something kind of specific, simple and simplistic of Pixels. I guess that's the way that we're going through. Not these hyper realistic as originally imagined. Wow, xCopy's Mutatio Open Edition crosses 500,000 mints. At current prices, the mint has raised 350 ETH or $1.18 million. And then we saw this, hour ago, bit more. Ethereum Foundation under investigation by state authority, which we found out is an unnamed state authority. But let's hold on. What about the FUD on Blast? Shill. Kind of been harsh on them. Okay, perspective, B-check. You are not understanding Blast right. FUD continues that there is nothing to do. Blast is a bank right now. Do you ask your bank what else you can do? They're every 5 minutes, and it is
Is it a better bank than any other L2 because your ETH is natively staking, which is entirely unique to Blast? Not enough built yet? Fine. All L2s leave a lot to be desired in this respect. People are criticizing Base right now for the exact same reason. The L2 from Coinbase, who have 100 million users. You think Base is not valuable either, but the point is, even if they do not build more culture on top of it, their value prop is the best L2 to store your capital, and do nothing is a genuine step up to every other L2. Okay, there's your bullish perspective. OpenSea. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What NFT marketplace will rule them all? OpenSea and the Seaport Working Group are thrilled to unveil Seaport 1.6, the latest generation of the most advanced NFT marketplace protocol in the EVM ecosystem. All right, so Seaport hooks allow developers to create NFTs whose traits modify or upgrade in response to the price or volume in which they're purchased. NFTs that can only be bought with certain currencies or other NFTs. Bonding curves for automatically priced NFTs. Price oracles for NFTs. Many, many more applications to be dreamt of. Seaport 1.6 is up to 5% cheaper in gas than Seaport 1.5 for certain action, saving you money. All right, Coinbase, the whole space as a whole, not Coinbase, OpenSea, they're trying to do things. We thought OpenSea's dead, but listen, they create the tech that people are going to use. Hell yeah. Odious here dropping a little bit of their own inspiration for Mutatio here. Thought this was a cool little rendition from Odious. And here's what we were talking about for the Riot MMO game. Riot Games co-founder Mark Merrill confirms that the Riot MMO has been delayed and reset its direction. The project will likely go dark for several years. Now, before I read this, why is this important? I think there's a lot of people that are open and excited to try new games right now. I don't know if there's necessarily one that everybody is playing as a group of friends, similar to how we've had in the past. Let's just say when Pokemon Go came out, when Pal World came out, when Warzone came out, when Fortnite, has gone through its bouts of, everybody wanting to play. Obviously, there's still a lot of gamers on each of those, but I don't know if there's like a surefire winner for this. And if the Riot MMO, which people assume are going to be good, that would take a lot of attention and gamers away from other things. However, with that now out of the way, what do we see within the blockchain space? They might be able to kind of kick some rocks and shuffle up the pile. Resetting our development path also means we will be going dark for a long time, likely several years. This silence will help provide space for the team to focus on the incredible amount of work ahead of them. We understand the excitement and anticipation that surrounds new information, but we ask for your trust during this silent phase. Remember, no news is good news, as it means we're hard at work, pouring our hearts and souls into making something we hope you'll love. Very spicy. Very spicy. And final note, wanting to end it off with xCopy really did that. Weekly new users, boom. What is that? 1 million new users trying to get an xCopy? That's crazy. Crypto Wave A kid called Beast had a dope xCopy derivative too. Oh, all right. Well, I need to find that on my timeline then. It's dope. I'll check it out. That's going to be it for this edition of XFeed. I appreciate you guys hanging out and chilling. If you happen to have one friend that you talk about NFTs or crypto with that you can send the stream to, that'd be amazing. Going to be covering a lot of Futureverse and the Third Kingdom Mint. Be sure to check out the recent streams. Been uploading the mega stream within their individual segments, but if you want to go check that out, go back over to the live tab. Crypto 8, Omnis, Caro, and Trader Pops. Oh, Alpha Centauri Kid. Hold on. So it's not a kid called Beast? Damn it. That's tough. I look like a fraud now. That's horrible. All right. Thanks so much for popping.